evening, delegates. I'm Ricky Townsend.
And I'm Tess Bartholomew Good.
And welcome to another fun-filled, frazzled, and flirtatious year at SAC.
And there is no better way to start off SAC than with a long and wonderful joint session.
No, there isn't. What more could you ask for than having Jack O'Connell and the Lieutenant Governor talk to you for 3 hours about stuff? Here's Lauren with the story.
On this chilly day in Sacramento, over 2,000 students gathered for the first joint convention for youth in government. The honorary youth speaker of Assembly, Lindsay Dooner, was presiding. We were later introduced to Secretary of State candidates Derek Dolphy and Michelle Silverman. Also, there was a surprise visit from Lieutenant Governor John Garamendi.
Governor Schwarzenegger and I work very closely together on many issues. Certainly on the climate change issue, we work very closely together. Our policies are aligned. It's a major challenge for all of us in this world. We have to reduce our greenhouse gases, and we also have to adapt to the inevitable changes.
Later, I met with the Superintendent of State, Jack O'Connell.
My favorite part of being state superintendent is I have access to all of our schools, all of our great teachers, our great administrators, our great classified personnel. I can meet with parent groups, and we can really make a difference.
Jack O'Connell later mentioned that he was disappointed by Governor Schwarzenegger's budget cut plan. He said that $800 would be less spent per student in the upcoming year. We'll see what happens. This is Lauren Cook reporting for Youth in Government.
Thanks, Lauren. Those were some pretty motivating words there.
¡Arriba! ¡Viva la México! Tuvimos un primer día muy emocionante en Sacramento como el presidente de México, Felipe, nos agració con su presencia mientras el encuentro con Schwarzenegger de Arnold Gobernador. Otoros gatos. El Gumport hermoso de Lauren tiene la historia.
Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Gumport. Yesterday, Mexican President Felipe Calderon was greeted by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger at California's state capitol. This was his first trip to the U.S. since his election in September 2006. At the meeting, both men discussed illegal trafficking, immigration, and the environment. Both Governor Schwarzenegger and Calderon acknowledge that the two countries are stressed over illegal immigration, but they both ensure people that they can cross the border legally and safely. In regard to illegal trafficking of guns, drugs, and people, Calderon has said that the government has stepped up law enforcement in his country against the issues. During a prepared response about the meeting, Governor Schwarzenegger stressed that Mexican-American workers are large contributors to the economy of California. In regard to the issue of illegal trafficking of guns, drugs, and people, Calderon said that his government has stepped up law enforcement against the issues. But what about the environment? Well, a memorandum of understanding was issued in an effort to team up in the fight against climate change and also to protect the environment and conserve natural finite resources. Although many positive ideas were brought up at the meeting, there were several dozen protesters outside of the Capitol holding banners and shouting slogans that were urging the president to go home. Many claim he was responsible for the death of several Mexican miners and that he has not done enough to create more job opportunities for those in Mexico, causing many to leave their country. I'm Lauren Gumport. Make sure to watch me every morning at 11 a.m. on Y Update. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Lauren. We'll be sure to catch you on Y Update.
That was very nice, Ricky. I could tell you pay attention in Spanish class.
Oh, stop it. I just sat next to a very smart girl.
Getting to SAC is always a hassle. Here's Charlie with the version of this year's arrivals.
Getting to the SAC. For some, a pleasurable experience. For most, a long, boring drive, or even a broken-down bus. Chase from Torrance South Bay had a few words to share with us.
Well, basically, we went to the airport. We flew here. Our plane got delayed like 4 hours. We got there like 4 o'clock. And I guess it got delayed, and we ended up leaving at like 9:45, so it was kind of difficult to sit around the airport all day. Got here is actually pretty cold. Like, I don't think I'm prepared or anything, so. There wasn't enough room, so we had to sit. We couldn't sit next to each other, so I sat between these two guys, and one guy was like getting mad at me. I had my cell phone on at the beginning. He was yelling at me. I guess he was scared to fly, and he started, and like I sneezed, and he twitched, and I don't know, he was just scared, so it was kind of annoying.
Joanna from the SAY delegation had more insightful words for us.
Well, it all started at John Wayne Airport at OC. We got there at 5:30 this morning, and we arrived here till now. So we're pretty jet lagged, and I'm tired, and I want to get this thing started already.
Another delegate shared her unique journey to the SAC.
We were on the bus on the way here, and all of a sudden we heard this huge noise when we were on the highway, and our bus driver realized that the little thing on the side of the bus that closed to hold all our luggage in had opened, and some of the bags fell out, so we had to pull over on the side of the highway and like pick up all the bags, and nobody really knew what was going on.
We even received word that the El Camino bus broke down. There is no question that the epic journey has proven itself comparable to Lord of the Rings, or dare I say, the Chronicles of Narnia. Back to you.
Wow. Charlie's smile reminds me of the first time I heard the Beatles.
Me too.
Hey, whether or not you care, here's the weather with Laura Miller.
This weekend's weather is expected to be generally nice with sunny skies through Saturday. Clouds threaten to loom over Sunday and Monday, but a drastic drop in temperature is not expected. Tomorrow is expected to be our coldest day in Sacramento with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 36. Be sure to wear your sweater. Saturday should have a slightly warmer change at a high of 66 and a low of 40. Sunday is predicted to be partially cloudy, but also our warmest day in Sacramento with a high of 69 and a low of 42. Monday, also expected to be partially cloudy, has a high of 65 degrees and a low of 43.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. It's all...
We messed that up.
Yeah, I thought we were on the second verse.
Oh well, we'll try it again next time.
Leadership. Is it madness? Is it Sparta? No, this is Sacramento.
We are all leaders here at Sacramento, but there were a select few that got to go to the leadership banquet and celebrate this great quality. Here's Josh with the story.
Every year, leadership comes up a day early to Sacramento, and last night, leadership had a grand banquet to officially start the model legislature and court. Youth Governor David Murder opened the night with some advice for this year's YNG leadership.
Ask yourself the question of, how can I use my position to better the experience of delegates? Or how can I use my position to serve someone else? Those are the questions that I think we all need to be keeping in mind, and I think if we do, we're going to have a very successful 5 days here.
Acting CEO Kathy Saliba had a similar message to deliver.
And so we're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year, but this is your year. It is your time.
After dinner, all elected officers were sworn into their elected office and given their gavels, including David Murder.
Well, Art Scotland came today and swore us in, and we all just lifted our right hand and repeated after him. It was a great experience to have, and I wish I could experience it again, but I can't because I'm a senior. So.
Before the night was over, David Murder had one more thing to say to the officers.
So have a lot of fun over the next couple of days. I know I will, and best of luck. So thank you very much.
Sounds like the beginning of a great Sacramento. Back to you guys.